I haven't seen you in forever.
What hat is that? What's the front of that hat?
L.A.
Oh, that shit's dope. I like that hat.
You can have it. It's all you. I don't really wear hats normally, so yeah. No, I know you like hats. That's why I wore it. I kind of try to like dress towards, the other day when I did Ryan, I had my Disney Mickey Mouse shirt on and stuff like that. So I try to dress towards and
Nice.
you cut your hair. Your hair was not. I mean, the last time I saw you was friggin' down to your shoulders. So
Yeah.
I didn't.
No, but that hat is dope. I'm glad you work. It's sick. I like it. I can. What up, buddy?
What's going on?
Oh yeah. COVID here. Got my second grader in one room, my fourth grader in the other room doing homeschooling.
What's going on with the hair there? Did they get bored or something recently? And
No, it's been pink for pretty much the full COVID.
really?
Yeah, I was purple, it was a little bit darker, but I've always wanted to have fun with it, but never really had the opportunity because of work or whatever. And now, because it's really, just Skype, people have fun when they see me on the Skype, and like, but really, it's just another way to have fun and do something. And like I did the kids, all of us did our hair at the same time the first time, and then I just kept running with it.
Are they home? They're doing school via Zoom and all that kind of stuff too, or?
Yep, I got my second grader literally right there, and my fourth grader in there doing their Zoom stuff.
So what's been going on?
Shit, I've been homeschooling, and Rob and I have been really busy, dude. We've done like 5 Zoom events. We did our own raising 300 grand for animals. We did Richard White's really famous RS quarantine sessions. That's been a really big thing that was in Variety and LA Times and all that stuff. We did a private thing for Bud Light. Well, it wasn't private, but I mean, we did a thing for Bud Light. We've done a couple of co-writes. We're doing a thing for Triple M Australia at the end of the month. We've done some cool stuff with him and Kyle for Matchbox, just some like sessions. Rob's done some quarantine sessions. So he's been really busy. Hudson's putting out a single that comes out on the 25th of this month. So we've been working that and just kind of getting gearing for all that and sort of what's to follow. Ryan put out a little song quietly, but he's got a big performance tomorrow for all the college buyers and all the private buyers. This is like their sort of Zoom thing where they're coming in and people are coming and playing, and then they're putting up offers for next year, which is great. It's a good opportunity for him. Noah's in the studio because now United is, they can't travel internationally, can't really work. So that he's been working really hard. I posted a couple of things of him working in the studio, which has been great. And we just finished renegotiating that deal, and we're almost there. Jack, I got to go to Nashville the second I'm allowed, and we start setting up his first single, Fair Trade in Warner Chapel. Finally found something they're super excited about. He's been working really close with a couple of buddies of mine. I just saw him doing some fun shit yesterday. So everybody's really taking advantage of this opportunity to really play as much music as you can. It's much easier now for my artists than ever before, because even Rob and them always needed another player or had someone else with them, and now it's just them. I don't have to worry about hair and makeup. I don't have to worry about lights. I don't have to worry about, a lot of these things. And in fact, not only do I have to worry about them, but I think people who are glamming themselves up are not getting the same response as people who are just kind of doing it, looking as true to them, their current selves as possible. I think that's what people are really respecting and relating to is, stars and these people who are in their home. Granted, their homes are probably quite luxurious, but are, in sweatpants and with grown out beards and with, getting their own haircuts and all this kind of fun stuff you're seeing. And I think that's the most relatable thing. I feel like for the first time in a long time. That's been amazing. I don't feel like Instagram is kind of the most unrelatable thing, because all you're doing is showing a very different and fictitious version of who you are, every single person. You know, always the positive, always the best look, the camera, the changing my face and the skin and the hair and the fucking all that other crap. And I think this is the first time that artists and fans are really getting to come together in the most truest and purest form. And we've been taking advantage of that. I think it's the wrong word, but we've been sort of letting that be something that we've been a part of during this time, because everyone that I work with are true artists that want to play music.
Ryan's going out to market and stuff. I mean, how soon do you think that they're going to start letting people back into stadiums or venues or whatever?
I mean, you're going to see a lot of interesting renditions of, I read about the parking lot one in the stadiums where you have to park one car away from each other and they do a special radio station like to get it. You're going to see a lot of versions. And I've talked to some of my friends, and some of my friends are like, great, whatever they give us, it gives us something to do. On another end, you have other friends of mine who are like, like, no. Like if this is the case, I'll spend the money and buy a bigger TV and stay home and, upgrade my sound system and watch a YouTube thing here. I honestly believe that what's going to come out of this live is going to be so much bigger for one main reason, and that is people are done staring at screens, monitors, TVs, and I think that's what's going to have to be replicated. And I don't feel the same being in your car. The drive-in movie concept for concerts, I don't know if that translates. I certainly don't want to be the guinea pig for it. And I think we as a company, and speaking to all my clients, we are not trying to be the COVID guinea pigs. We're not trying to be the first bands out there testing the waters, because I think, God forbid something happens, you're automatically associated with that and you're done, No, I was going to say, I think next year, sometime, certainly not this year. And I think this year they're going to figure out next year. I think you'll see the first quarter of next year into the second quarter of next year starting to roll certain things out. And I think by the second quarter, we'll have a firm grip on how things work. And then you'll start seeing it out in the summer.
So Ryan has, I just saw him post that he has something coming. He booked something with Lance in September. I memean, is that a big venue, or what's the story?
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is, and it's funny because I talked to the venue and I was really upset that they in our contract we had to make a posting, because I thought that was, and I called our agent and I thought that was just in bad taste, honestly, in my honest opinion. But what I'm most nervous about is that we'll probably have to reschedule that again. And I have to talk to our agent, because no one wants to die. No one wants to get COVID, and no one wants to put themselves in a position where, like if as much as you don't believe or do believe, once you become that guy, it's a completely different feeling, and none of us want to do it. So I think it was sort of the high hopes of we should be done by this and we want to lock this in and keep it, and us kind of presenting that hope to our fans. But part of me thinks, I don't know if it's going to end up happening.
And you said that Rob's releasing a new record soon, or?
No, Hudson is. Rob is just, and I've just been, he's been doing a lot of these COVID sessions, a lot of in-studio stuff via Zoom, a lot of co-writing in Zoom, a lot of performances for charities, for the right sort of foundations, for our own foundation, and just taking advantage of having, he put a really cool setup in his basement, and we got piano and guitar and a couple of cameras. Cameras being iPad and iPhone, but a couple of Apple cameras. Thank you. And we've just figured out a way to do it that works. It sounds great. It looks great. Fans seem to love it. We did a Zoom kind of meet and greet to see how that kind of works for no money, just for fun, just to kind of see how that works right now. And fans seem to have fun, and it was easy for him. So starting to look at sort of how that's gonna take toll and take place in the future, these Zoom kind of meet and greets and stuff.
I mean, I feel that, me personally, I'd rather sit here and talk to Rob than go and sit in a big concert hall and wait in line and stuff like that. So there may be an actual possibility that it could maybe take, get some traction and actually move forward, that more people may actually want to do that. It may actually even open up more avenues for you guys to get more engagement and stuff.
Well, look at the film. Look at Universal. Look what happened there with the release of what's the movie we watched? We bought it too. Why am I blanking on it? Kids movie. Big kids movie came out. But anyway, they made 80 cents on the dollar as opposed to 50 cents on the dollar. It was 100 million downloads, a huge thing, and I let people know that home movies and on demand is going to possibly replace going to the theater. I mean, there's nothing. The problem that I see, like with the theater or concerts or anything else, is all the ancillary costs that come with it. For myself and Jamie Lynn, when we would go out, even if I had free tickets for a show, it was $300. Babysitter, lift, drink. Then you're inclined to buy something because you didn't pay for the tickets. And then all of a sudden, I remember her and I went to a Dodger game. Funnily enough, we went separately from each one of our businesses, invited us. We were super hyped. We came home, we're $300 out of our pocket. Both looked at each other and said, well, was that worth $300? And we were like, no. By the sixth inning, we were bored as fuck. You know what I mean? And it was just one of those things where that's the same thing about what you're talking about going to the movies, for instance, is, my closest movie theater would be Universal Studios, and I got a park, and then the girls want snacks, and then you're in Universal, so that probably leads you to the candy place or another food place and whatever it is, and lo and behold, you're a couple $100 into it. To see a movie that at home, I already got the candy from the store, we already have drinks at the house, like that, we're already supplied with that anyway, and I paid $20 for all of us.
Are you guys, are the kids going back and forth? Are they staying with you, or how's that all working?
Monday through Friday with me, and the weekends with their mom.
And then what are you guys doing during the week besides homeschooling? You guys getting out? Are you doing any exercising or?
It's pretty intense, man. We do, we're up around 6, 7 and they're eating breakfast and getting dressed, everything by 8, and their school starts at 8:50, and then it kind of goes and stops, and we stop at lunch at 12:15, and then back at school 1, then they're done around 2:30. Then some days they have play practice, Zoom thing. Some days they have extracurriculars. If not, we usually go on like a family walk. We take the dog, we walk in 1 to 2 miles, or we found a little cul-de-sac down toward the bottom of the hill that has flat ground, so the kids can ride their bike, and there's a basketball hoop at the end, and we met the guy that has it, and he was cool with letting us use it. So we do that. Or our buddy Danny has a empty house, like a really, really crazy empty house at the pool and stuff. So we go down there and the kids swim, and that's what we did yesterday. And I mean, just that, trying to keep them as active and busy. They run around the house, and the property's, a nice size, so they got room to kind of cruise around here, and they have dance built in and stuff. But our days aren't really done till 4 o'clock. By then, for me, I'm in my office catching up on everything else, and then at 6 o'clock we're making dinner, and 7 o'clock, we're done with that, and they're asleep at 8:30, and it's just goes. I've been busier now than ever. My days are packed. I mean, I fell asleep last night, I think at 9:15,
So you are working a lot more. You feel like you're definitely doing a lot more emailing, conference calls, all that stuff now.
I mean, there's not as much creating new business. The artists that I had that I was in the middle of working on, like record deal opportunities, that's kind of gone in the toilet. Those are very much in-person things. There very much needs to be touring around that. There needs to be buzz, needs to be stuff going on. But there is a lot more now, a lot more Zoom meetings and stuff. I don't feel like things get done the same way in my business. I think it's very much in-person business. It's a relationship business. It's it's seeing there, it's the emotion, it's having the drink together, it's, shooting the shit. And I think on Zoom meetings, I've noticed that the first 15 minutes might be really good, and then I think people are kind of harping to get off. At the same time, there's also distractions, so it's hard to watch somebody when then they're kind of like this, and then they're kind of like that, and all of those things that are coming in. So that, I think that makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think after so much time, it gets hard to keep like staring at a screen. But outside of that, it's a really cool. I mean, by the way, I've been doing Zoom meetings way before this.
No, I've been doing them for a long time too. Skype, all that stuff. We've always done those kind of things. But you're right. I mean, with the stuff that they're doing in the backgrounds and the dog barking or the kids coming up. I mean, it's definitely kind of a pain in the ass. But it just seems like, me in my industry, I'm half into yours and half into the movie stuff. I'm getting more people on the phone these days that I wouldn't be able to get to.
Yeah, my ex said the same thing, funnily enough. And she's doing a movie right now, and she mentioned a couple of people that were big actors that she wanted to get them in, and they were like hoop dreams. And she called me yesterday, and every one of them responded to her, and she did a Zoom call with the lead actor, and now he's in the movie. And it's funny, but I don't think that would have been the case had it not been in this movie.
No. No, because when I was starting with pre-production on some of the development with some of my TV shows, that's basically what was going on. I was like, hey, I'm calling again. I'm calling again. I'm calling again. Now I'm talking to the guy via Zoom at his house. I'm getting his full attention to some extent, obviously. But it just seems like this is a little bit more beneficial to me. Maybe not towards the music industry, but definitely towards the movie business, because people are they're sitting home. I couldn't, it's a rarity that I can get to have. Normally, you and I are like, a drink someplace out or whatever like that. For me to get you to sit down for 15, 20 minutes or whatever is definitely, it's a plus that I could do that now because of, unfortunately, the situation that we're in right now. But
Yeah, well, I mean, I can't wait to leave the house because it's the one thing that I do at home that I have not ever done in the past is snack.
yeah.
That's definitely a new thing for me because when during the normal days I'm running around so much in the office, and then all of a sudden I'll look up, it'll be lunchtime, and then I have a lunch meeting, and then once I leave the house, I got another meeting. I'm not back here till 5, and if I have the kids that day, it's pick them up from school, and then I haven't seen them, and then we do homework, and then we do this, and we do this, and it's 8, and then I'm usually like passing out, or if I don't have the kids, it's a dinner meeting, it's a event, it's a that. So the whole like grazing and snacking and stuff like that never kind of existed because of timing wise is now something that I need to, at a certain point I'm going to have to curb. But right now I'm kind of enjoying it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a lot of what I call bored eating. It's like I'm not hungry, but I need something to eat if I'm watching TV or whatever like that.
It's exactly that.
Yeah. You mentioned that you guys watched a new movie last night. I mean, you have the kids, so I'm sure you're probably all over Disney Plus and all that stuff. I mean, are you watching anything aside from what you're watching with the kids, or?
Yeah, I got a buddy that got me into an old show called Scandal. That was 7 seasons and 20 episodes a season. I literally watched the finale yesterday. So I did that. I definitely did The Last Dance. That was awesome. I don't know if there's still any left. I'm caught up now. I watched Black AF. That was fun. I mean, just I watched The Dave, that little Dicky thing. That was fun. I'm a little hesitant to get into a big projects show-wise after going through Scandal because some of it was a lot of fun, but it became soap opera, and then it kind of became something where I was just every morning I was watching it, every night I was watching it. I was missing out on other stuff and getting kind of tunnel vision on one show. Not sure if I want to do that, but yeah, we've been, I just got an Oculus Quest. So the kids, yesterday or 2 days ago, and the kids and I played with that for a little bit. But yeah, I mean, there's been a fair share of stuff on, but I think it's a lot of passive watching, not really a lot of active watching, unless it's me and the girls, and then we just watch family movies. I love kids movies and animated stuff and Illumination stuff and Disney stuff. I personally, I watch some of that stuff even without the kids, so it works out great for me. My Jamie Lynn, on the other hand, she's not a fan of any of that stuff. So when they're with me, we really just do that.
What's the Oculus? Is that the VR?
Yeah, the VR.
Okay. And so are you, because Ryan was actually just telling me that he's doing the VR via Disney, so he can get on his attractions and doing that where you can.
That's funny.
Where you can actually, there's, I don't know if it's on YouTube or where he's getting it, but you can get on the ride and actually look around and you're actually on the ride or whatever. So
I did it yesterday, roller coaster. It was on YouTube, whatever, roller coaster VR,
yeah,
and all that. Yeah, man, it kind of gets you a little sick. It's cool, and it's kind of trippy because when it starts going down, and even though you're standing there and you're clear as day, not moving, you're still like in the pit of your stomach. You're like, whoa, what? But it's been cool. I mean, whatever, anything I can do. The thing I like about the VR versus other things is you still have to be active. You still have to walk around. You still have to move. You're still swinging your arms. So the kids are still being active as opposed to just vegging on a couch while playing a video game,
Is there exercise ones for that? I mean, because that's...
All right, got 3 of them. There's boxing ones. There's kind of movements like this. That was one of the sales points for me when I was reading online, is that there's a whole exercise component to it. That's a fun way to kind of combine the two.
Well, I mean, I know you're busy, but I did want to get at least a few minutes of your time or whatever and see what you're going. I haven't seen you in forever.
What hat is that? What's the front of that hat?
L.A.
Well, that shit's dope. I like that hat.
You can have it. It's all you. I don't really wear hats normally, so yeah. No, I know you like hats. That's why I wore it. I kind of try to like dress towards, the other day when I did Ryan, I had my Disney Mickey Mouse shirt on and stuff like that. So I try to dress towards and
Nice.
you cut your hair. Your hair was not. I mean, the last time I saw you was friggin' down to your shoulders. So
Yeah.
I didn't. I figured you'd be
No,
doing
but
a
that hat is
hat.
dope. I'm glad you work. It's sick. I like it. Is that a Ryan painting? Is that
What's
a
that?
Ryan painting
Yeah,
behind
it's
you?
a Ryan Cabrera special. Yep.
Well, yeah, I have one in every room in the house.
Yeah, well, everyone, all the circle basically got mad because he did one for me, and I know that he's done one, a couple for you or whatever, but no one else has got them like Sarah or anybody else. So I get a lot of flack for having that picture.
No, it's funny. Yeah, he did one for each kid, so I have one in each kid's room, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, and now he's doing the jean jacket things, which
I ordered one. We'll see. He gets in town today, so I'll see if I ever get mine. But I certainly put my order in.
what did you ask for a specific one, or did you just tell him to go?
No, I just said I want a size small jacket.
I don't know when we're getting out of this, but we definitely need to go out and get a drink pretty damn soon at some point.
Yeah, it's been crazy, man, because I'm literally, Jamie Lynn's really like kind of a stickler in the whole COVID thing. It doesn't want the kids around anything. So like I'm kind of limited to seeing the same 5 people because it's the same 5 people I've seen since the last 45 days. So I know where they are, and it's my best friend Danny and his kind of assistant James. And then it's Jamie Lynn because it's her mom, and then her next door neighbor who hangs out all the time, and then a couple other friends have kind of stopped by early in the beginning, and then I talk to them all the time, and I know because they were having marital problems or whatever. But like, yeah, it's hard, and it's difficult, man. And who knows when? I know Callie's now locked till August.
Yeah.
I don't understand why we have curbside pickup. If I can't go try on a pair of shoes at the shoe store, why am I going to go just order them online?
Yeah.
You can't try on the clothes. Why am I going to go pick it up? The only thing I hope is by now is that people will stop. We can start going back to like the grocery stores have all the things they need to have, because by now you've realized that you don't need to hoard because you can just go to the store and get this, and I think once that happens, honestly, things will be a lot easier to maintain at home. I know like Rob has his weekly, every Wednesday he goes and does his stuff. I do my thing every Sunday when I don't have the kids, or every Tuesday when I do, and Olivia stays here and watches Jordan for an hour. But like, we kind of have our weekly routine, and we go. I'm pretty good at not letting any packages come in the house. So when they come into the gate, I open them at the trash cans, pull out my stuff, throw the stuff in the trash can. And I think, as soon as we kind of get a real good grasp on that, where you're comfortable going to the store because everything is still there, people aren't acting stupid, I think we just got to purge a little of stupidity first, and then we can kind of get into this new normal.
Well, you're still up in the same place, right above Universal. Like you could like sling down or whatever kind of a situation. But to that Ralph's there at Vineland and Ventura, they're fully stocked now. At the beginning, they weren't.
Except paper towels.
Oh.
Because that's my Ralph's. I go there, I'm there once a week, and they pretty much have everything but paper towels. They have toilet paper back, and it's still scarce. It's so funny. I mean, you'll still find like a Charmin or this on a kind of a blank wall, but it's still, I've actually gotten paper towels at, I don't know if you know where Shortstop and Tokyo Cube and the Sandwich Spot is, kind of right where Barham meets Cahuenga.
Yeah.
There's that little station there.
Yeah.
They actually have a plethora of paper towels and toilet paper. But, I think as soon as that all happens, man, I think it's going to get a lot easier to do stuff, because you're going to feel a lot more comfortable being at home, not worrying.
Right. Well, just like I said, it seems like when this first happened, that Ralph's was cleaned out. Like, I couldn't even get it. So I started doing Amazon Fresh, which wasn't much better, but at least I didn't have. It was just so bad. And then, but I went to that Ralph's recently. I stopped doing Amazon Fresh, and I noticed that they're fully stocked.
Yeah, the only things they don't have, these are the big things that are missing. Frozen pizza. My daughters like a specific Amy's frozen pizza. It's impossible to get. And paper towels. Those are sort of the 2 things that I noticed that are the most difficult things to find right now.
And what else?
No, I think everything else has been pretty. Usually my lists are pretty good at, I'm pretty much finding everything else pretty solid. Beans, baked beans, like Amy's beans are kind of tough. Refried beans, whatever it is. You know,
Pasta and stuff like that too is probably hard too.
yeah, I did. I had a lot of pasta because my kids really eat a lot of pasta, but I don't know how to make it. So Olivia makes it. I've actually have a bunch of pasta here, which worked out quite well. But it was just funny because Jamie Lynn would give me the list and she'd give me a specific name, like Greco, I think it is, or something like that. And they didn't have that. They had like, Nos Awesomeness pasta. But it's getting better.
And then, did you say that is Rob here or is he in New York?
New York.
Okay. And then, did you say that Cabrera's coming back today?
He flies into LA for the weekend, and he's got we got some work to do in the next 5 days, and then he leaves again.
Going back to Florida.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and look, by the way, I think everyone's about to start getting out of LA. You're gonna see the cost of flights are about to go up big time. But now that they've kind of extended this until August, you're gonna see a lot of people leaving, which makes me really nervous because we were talking about, we had a band meeting, Matchbox and myself and Michael had a band meeting yesterday, and Rob had mentioned something about, it was like Florida or Georgia or something that opened up, and then they got like 1,500 new cases. And I know from here that the Southern California beaches opened up like 2 weeks ago in Orange County, and then they got 85 new cases. You know what I mean? So it's like, everyone's going to leave. I don't want them to come back.
Yeah. I definitely don't want them to come back. If you leave, go. I mean, just go. That basically. I mean, either stay here and figure it out. I mean, it's just. I mean, It's kind of like the people that talking to some musician friends. It's those guys that we know, like our other circle of friends who don't have that income, like Ryan does and Rob and stuff like that, and they work as a bartender or those kind of stuff. Like, I don't, that's who I feel bad for because I don't know what I can do for them. I don't even know how to help them make any money. Productions are all closed down. We can't even do that. I've been talking to that whole world. I mean, and Jamie Lynn probably talks about it. It's going to be a whole new world once that opens, but they need to figure out how to open it first. So we're still talking a couple of months before they can figure that out.
Oh yeah. No, and it's tough. I mean, the one good thing selfishly being born and raised in Los Angeles and listening to how much shit people who come here and then don't succeed talk about LA, I feel like this is a great way for them all to leave, go home. You know what I mean? Like, I always tell everybody, I've been in a couple of things with artists and it's like, dude, LA is so phony. I'm like, where do you get that from? They're like, well, this guy's phony. I'm like, none of those people from LA. You know what I mean? I'm like, y'all came here thinking you're the shit from whatever little town you're in, and you come now competing at the upper echelon and it's not working, and you blame LA. Like, I got to imagine, I tell them all, when you came in an airplane, LA didn't have a sign saying, hey, Grace, welcome to LA. No, we don't want you here. So if this is a chance for us to weed out some of these people because they can't make it here and they need to go back home, then good for them. Free up some traffic and shit for us.
It's not the lower end people though, too. I mean, because Ryan Key from Yellowcard went back to Florida. He had to leave Los Angeles too. So I mean, it's affecting a lot of people.
Oh yeah, I mean some people for sure, but I mean, I'm talking more about the people who come here for all the wrong reasons and then blame Los Angeles and its people and talk a lot of shit about the people from LA when people that I grew up with, went to elementary school with, high school with, they're all great people. It's really the only people that I've been down and dirty with in this business who have either fucked me or done some really fucked up shit. None of them are from LA. None. 100% of them are not from LA.
I mean, you're literally the only person in my circle that I know that was born and raised here. So, I mean, we're all a bunch of transplants, so we're all weirdos. So, yeah, no, we have no right to be arguing or telling you that it's not a great place because you and I have been friends for many years, and I'm okay with you. Like, so, yeah.
No, but it's interesting. It's interesting to see. There's like so many jokes. Look, you can only look at things in a positive. You know me well enough to know I'm not a negative guy.
Yeah.
So I always just try to make jokes. But I look at those guys at the nightclub who stared you down and didn't want to let you in because they thought they were cool and full of power. And now what? Now what are those guys doing? They're on GoFundMe's trying to get their rent paid. It's like, I think it's a good ego check for a lot of people in Hollywood, in LA, that are not famous, that are out here taking advantage of what LA has to offer, and all the people that are out here that are doing well, that they kind of suck off of their teeth, that are really kind of getting a wake up call now.
I mean, it's really just about trying to get creative too. I mean, obviously Ryan and Nash were, bored and they did that Zoom thing and then came out with a single, which is great. But, and then, I'm sitting here with a full on recording studio with all my camera equipment and lighting and stuff like that. Like, this is all free. Why wouldn't I do something like this? It's like, I'm not doing anything else. So I'm not going to bitch and complain that there's nothing I can do or I can't get creative or I can't make content or whatever like that when I have all the stuff. So it'd be.
No, I mean, look, the biggest video right now, breaking all the records, is what, Tekashi 6ix9ine recorded at home.
Yeah.
The one before that, what's that? Drake Tootsie fucking Slide done at his house. Bieber's been. The other thing that you see is that the artists that are maintaining here are the ones that are active, and the big ones are active. The Drakes, the Biebers, the Gagas, the Billie Eilishes, they're all, the Robs. These guys are working hard every day during this COVID. Interviews, live performances, charity events, everything and anything they can do. We laugh that we've been busier in the last 45 days than we had, previously. And I think that's the key to all of this is whether or not you want to do it. And, Jamie Lynn finished 2 scripts that she was in the middle of working on. She finished editing 2 things. She's finding all of these kind of things that were not tied up in a bow nicely, and she's wrapping them up.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. I mean, there are people out there that are doing content too. They need music. So you should be able to connect with these other content people like me if I need an opening title sequence song for my YouTube video or for my TikTok or any of that kind of stuff. I mean, there's ways of making money, maybe not making money, but there's ways of being creative and staying relevant and doing stuff to help you better, for the future.
And absolutely helping. It's like any other athlete or any other business. Like if you just stay home and you're not working out and working on your jump shot and running and doing all this conditioning and everything else, when you get back on the court, everyone is going to be passing you up.
Right.
And I think that's the truth for artists. That you need to be practicing your songs. You should be wanting to do these live streams. You should be wanting to reach out to your fans. You should want to be doing these Zoom hangouts or Instagram lives. You see more people going live now than ever. This is and I know UTA just had a seminar that's actually going on right now at 11 o'clock about social media, like investing in social media, like your 401k. And I think it's definitely something that everybody needs to be, in my opinion, working their ass off for when those doors do open, that you can run through them and take advantage,
I mean, even me, I've been a drummer since I was a puppy or whatever, but I started learning how to play piano, like just randomly. Like I went to my storage facility and happened to come across a good stage keyboard with 88 keys weighted, the whole thing. I'm like, why don't I just use this? So I've been sitting down, every couple of days with YouTube and learning how to play piano. I mean, I'm just trying to stay whatever creative. I'm honing what skills I have or finding new skills. I mean, this is a good time to do stuff like that. And I just feel that maybe, like you said, I mean, I think that's actually perfect. It's like you should be honing your stuff if you're a basketball player and you're not practicing and you're not rehearsing, you're not doing whatever you're doing, then you're going to be left behind. So
yeah, if you're a singer, this is your time to do all of the vocal lessons you're supposed to do, and the tea you're supposed to drink, and the resting, and the all of those things, so that when you come out of this, you're the best version of yourself. Again, it goes back to the first thing we were talking about. It's like snacks. Look, I'd love to come out of this fucking chiseled. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna come out of this as healthy as I came into it. That's for sure. Maybe a little, maybe a little Fritos or Cheetos, more than I wanted to, but definitely walking. I never would walk around here, but I take the dog out every day and walk with her and leave the puppy in here. And, it's definitely, I'm looking at this as, I went through every client file that I had. I went through every single thing, what have we not done, making lists, making this, crossing them off, using cleaning, spring cleaning big in the kids' rooms, in my room, in the office, and just, preparing myself so that when everything does go back to normal, I'm already ready to go. I'm so far ahead of my competition that I can seize the moment in any capacity.
And I know you do some side hustle kind of things once in a while, and crypto and all that kind of stuff. But which reminds me, have you been doing any crypto at all, or no?
No, my big side hustle now, me and the guy that I did the crypto stuff with originally before we got out of it all, we have a how do you explain it? Like a spray that you spray that kills 99.99% of all germs. It's like a mist, like a really cool thing that you use. So that's actually good. I think CVS or something bought 1 million something units of it. So I'm hoping to keep moving. So trying to get into something here, and watching my friends make cool masks and different things that they could do with merch, and we came up with a Matchbox puzzle, which I thought was a lot of fun, and we sold a bunch of those, and just trying to think of ways that we can keep the ball rolling and keep things going while simultaneously helping the people at the current moment. And in terms of the other side hustles, it's hard because it's not, I need to get some of that investment money, and then make sure I put some aside just for whatever's happening here. So it's not quite the big investment time on one angle,
Did you get before?
We got him during quarantine.
Oh, really? Where did you get him?
Bakersfield. We tracked him down there. I met a guy. This is the craziest thing. We met a guy in the parking lot in Valencia, all masked up. We were all masked up. He called me on the phone. He's like, okay, now roll your window down. He came out with the mask and the gloves, dropped the dog in there, rolled it up, went back in his car, got back to his phone. He says, okay, I'll explain everything to you on the phone now. I was like, Jesus.
So, but you found the dog online?
Yeah. This is a specific, teddy bear, shish poo, little, we wanted a purebred and the whole nine. And so we found him and told the guy, he sent us a picture, and I was like, sweet, we'll take him tomorrow. That's and then he's my tiny little guy. He's my tiny little guy. He's only 2.
Potty trained or no?
We're trying, buddy. This little guy loves to pee. I think that's his favorite pastime. If it was chewing or sleeping, or his is peeing for sure.
Nice. Well, I know you got a ton of other stuff to do, so I just wanted, like I said, I wanted to thank you for doing this. I appreciate this. I appreciate you.
I love it, man. I always got your back.
But if the name of the show is Cool Calm Connected, because I seem to think that I'm connected. So, but if you guys need anything, I live pretty close to you, so
yeah, I appreciate that.
I've been doing Universal. I've been actually walking up the hill to get some exercise. They won't let me in the park, obviously, but
you're walking up from like Barham and Cahuenga all the way up there?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm over near the Ralphs, basically, like on the other side of there, and then I walk from there, basically from Ralphs all the way up the hill, and then there's like a little hill, and then just and then walk down near where David's gym is. What is that, a LA Fitness or something?
Oh, right.
And then come back down Ventura Boulevard and do that.
Well, yeah, I do from here. I come out the house. I come down to Mulholland. I walk all the way to Runyon. Then across from the top of Runyon is like a little street that goes uphill. I walk that up and down 3 times. Then I walk back to my house. And it's about 0.1 miles all in.
Mine's not that much. I feel like mine's probably around maybe 11 miles or something. But I try to do it every day. I know it sounds stupid, but it's like I'm not doing anything. I usually do some sort of interview, and then I'll go and do a walk and then come back. And
yeah, I definitely try to do it every day during the week, because my older dog's 13 now. And I think it's just really good for her to get out and get that walk. That's like a crucial walk. And so I've kind of added that, but also I think it's just super necessary for her. And then kind of give her myself sort of the weekends off. Saturday, Sunday, I don't work out, and I don't do the walks with the dogs. We just kind of really lamp and enjoy ourselves. And then, 5 days a week, do the strength training and then walking, and just kind of keep it moving.
Are the 2 dogs getting along? Does she like the new dog?
No, the new dog is teething, as you can see by him eating my finger, which I shouldn't be doing. And so he tries to bite her fur pretty much every single time he's around her. So they keep distance. But once his teething's done, I think they'll be best buds.
Nice. All right. I'm going to end on that. A nice little kissy on the dog. Thank you very much for your time. And again, like I said, if you need anything, I'm around. I'm close.
Right, somebody, we're here. If you need anything from me and the kids, man, we are here. Okay. We aren't going for it.
I'll respect Jamie Lynn's, because although I've been in quarantine, I know that she doesn't like new people around. So I'll respect that until we can get some sort of stuff. But let's definitely, as soon as we get out of this, let's definitely get a drink and hang out.
Hell yeah, buddy.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
We'll go to what's it called? You know what? The best happy hour is that place called Jalapeno Pete's.
Oh, yeah. Ryan and I have gone there a few times, actually. That's in walking distance to me.
from 9 to no wait 9 no from sorry from 5 to 8, and then again at 9:30 or something. So you go there for happy hour, leave somewhere else, eat, come back, it's happy hour.
Well, hopefully they'll open up soon so we can do that.
Love it. All right, well keep in contact, my man.
You got
it. We did this. It was fun. Peace in the Middle East.